What is the argument here? Is that
Birmingham is the second largest city in
particular violation of the equality aspect here? Because if in other parts of the city, enforcement can go in with one officer in different ways, well, we should be getting exactly the same way they work in different parts of the city. So it's a little bit about up your game in terms of raising that standard. That's what we can do. And we have started to move, which is already a small miracle, but
this Victoria is a consistent problem. Consistent problem over how many years? You know, we're not getting to the bottom of this.
What we get is people from other parts of the city coming to Ladyman Road in particular to hang out, and some of these people don't know how to behave.
Well, the enforcement is too soft.
Forget
soft. There's no enforcement. That's what it is. If there was an enforcement, then people would learn a lesson.
We just before you arrived, we just established that Victoria assisted in getting enforcement to work with us. Before that, they ignored 2 emails, and we're just starting to get a bit of a working relationship. And I'll go through some of the results that we've had quite recently with the fact that they've come out. So it is working, but I want it more and more. So, yeah.
Sorry, just on enforcement as well. If you want CEOs to actually come out and do something for you, you physically going to have to ring them yourselves as well. I've had to do it a few times myself, and they've actually sent people out to, where UK Fridays on Liverpool Road, just there to obviously, when I think he was on about a truck park there, half on the pavement, and they've actually been booked as well. So you just have to literally keep on battering that department.
You shouldn't have to. This is the problem. See,
I understand that.
There's so many times we've gone to the councillors, and the councillors say that we've done this, and what's happened is sometimes, all right, they do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they do it, and no one acts up on that. Now the thing is, at the end of the day, councillors act for the community. Now the thing is, it's either a misunderstanding between the councillors and whoever they're reporting it to, because nothing's being done.
But I think we need to help them. It all comes down to people power, and I think if we tell them, then they'll be able to do something about it. If we don't do that, then we're shooting ourselves in our own foot.
But that's what we do.
There is a new form of working coming in from the first week in March, and I expect that will have a big impact on this.
I hope so.
Can the council's comment on something that was said by a city officer to a trader, in that the priority for transportation is keeping Kings Heath and Moseley running because it's a far more important arterial road, and that's why enforcement is quite heavy in those areas. And besides the dangers in Sparkbrook, because we're all nasty, vicious people and we attack them all the time. No, that was a comment made to a trader, where our priority is keeping Kings Heath High Street moving, and Moseley.
And who made that comment?
Well, I can go back to them, but it was somebody on the other end of the phone. It was a city officer.
Well,
Like the friend over there said, they phoned up saying, look, there's been cars parked outside here all day. I got deliveries coming. The trucks are parking outside the road are only doing what the traders need, i.e. bringing the goods in that we actually need.
Really useful. I will pass this on and explore it, but also to pick up with you, there are arterials, different arterials, or major bus routes across the ward of Sparkbrook, and one of which you touched on earlier around the Lincoln, Hallam, Edward Road junction, where actually over the last 6 weeks, residents who were affected by the 35 bus route have not been off telling me the fact that they can't get into their houses, out of their houses, emergency services can't get in, because at least 6 times a day, Willows Road is at a standstill because the two-way buses can't pass. We can't, and even picking up with residents, there is no interest in making Willows Road a one-way street to allow that to happen. And there's no interest in telling the bus to go somewhere else. The best way, and a lot of people have touched on this tonight, is about generally shifting behavioural attitude, so that if you have a large industrial bit that needs its delivery on Willows Road at certain times, book it in, so that the bus drivers at least know, oops, there might be a problem in this 30-minute bit at this particular bit. Because if you affect the 35 bus routes or the other bus routes affected to it, you can actually paralyse the whole city. And ordinary people getting to work, picking people up, getting to colleges, and we can't have that. It's about keeping it all moving. So you might be right that yes, the 50 route is the biggest and busiest bus route in terms of arterial through most King's Heath, but we all feed into it, and there are too many other little routes within our ward for them not to listen to. So that kind of comment's really useful.
It's not, with due respect, it's not just about behavioral change. If there's no enforcement, then you are not going to force behavioral change. It's going to be a bit of both. So it's very easy to say from that end that's behavioral change. I'm sorry, I don't buy this. I live in Sparkbrook. The first police officer I've seen in 3 months is the gentleman sitting in front of me. So how can he say, or how can someone say that people are, there's some reinforcement? The gentleman earlier raised this issue that since the bridge has been closed, people are driving on the wrong side. That happens every morning because I drive up there. There's nothing, no one's doing anything. So if you don't do it, people are going to get away with it and it will become a norm. And it's not just one section of society that's doing that. It's the elderly, it's the young, it's the women, it's the young lads, everyone's doing this, breaking the law. And when the bridge was open, and when you'd have a queue of cars, people would be driving on the other side at that time. Coventry Road's a mess. I've never seen a police officer there. You've got one-way roads where people are driving down the roadside. So I'm sorry, please don't tell us it's a behavioural issue. It's a bit of reinforcement.
Yes.
So is it going to get worse then with less money around?
That was a quick response.
Yeah, but that was his car calling it. That's a good one.
It will get a lot better when people are involved and really care about making it better, really. And one way around it is something that I'm testing out. It's very difficult to get one officer for the whole of the city to give $1 million to just look at us on this. But a lot of people are asking, is it possible to get residents parking permits only in my street? A lot of people are asking that. I'm very, very wary about going anywhere near it because yes, it might actually involve you having to pay £10 a year to park your car on your street, which a lot of people won't like.
But what good is that?
They might need to see it if they're actually going to get guaranteed an enforcement thing with it. So that's just one mechanism that can help, especially if it gets to rocket levels and no one can live with it. It has been introduced in other parts of the city, nearer the city centre, so it is possible. But a lot of evidential work needs to be done first before anything like residents, even one street resident permits can be examined. But you just have to look at other cities. Someone said this earlier. There isn't an area of London that isn't now covered by a resident parking permit situation. And that was just from 5 years ago. You can't park your car as a visitor to London unless you ask your friend to borrow their permit. It's impossible. So it's normal for us to see if we are going in that same projection. This is one example, perhaps in a different way, a local response to it that we might need to think about too.
I think the deterrent is not the parking permit, the deterrent is enforcement.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that if you leave your car in the parking in the permit area in London, you know how we're going to take it. That's the
And
deterrent.
this also links up to gentleman's idea about, actually it's about how far we can alert enforcers to. Because if you get a road worth of residents who've all had to pay their £10 to have the right to park their cars in their street, and suddenly they see someone parking without having paid their money for it, they can phone up and say, "Boy, enforcement, get out, get round here, there's a few things going on."
Well, I mean,
And that it can kind of help.
is it not generating revenue for the council as well?
No, but it might generate the revenue to pay for an extra enforcement
No, what I'm
to
saying
get
is
the
that
job done. It's that
enforcement
sort
would
of thing.
also help in that. Wouldn't it? So, I mean,
You want to say
yeah.
I'd just like to throw in
no one feels what paying for the pass with that law enforcement.
on road capacity, public service, especially when you taxi drivers in your company, they are the worst drivers on the road. They park in the middle of the road, pick up and drop people. And just unacceptable.
Calm down.
Very bad.
Calm down.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah, Honestly, my belief is that they are public servants, they should know better and should be trained, well trained. They are carrying passengers, they put other people into danger. And the worst drivers I've seen around this area are the taxi drivers, not all of us.
I'm going to say you can't generalise.
Yeah,
You can't generalise. Yeah.
Most of them.
they drop the
You can't discriminate against taxi drivers. Equality for taxi drivers.
5-10 minutes blocking the road,
Yeah.
waiting for a customer to come out.
He's definitely.
What roads are your son, sorry?
Most roads, this is Malaysia roads, Stratford Road,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Bad
Bad
driving.
practice, bad practice.
Bad driving of any sort, if we come across it, we will act. Sorry, Claire, go on.
Sorry, is this an opportunity for us to raise issues with certain places where parking is an issue?
Yes, this is in the Sparkbrook Ward, yes.
Yeah, this Sparkbrook Ward. So there's two. One I would say, Highgate Square, Highgate Road.
Yeah.
Wonderful Square.
Yeah.
Do you know where the Brooks is there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a regular route for me, and I don't understand why there's a car park next to Big John's.
Yeah.
Why people still persistently park on that double yellow line outside
They're outside our area, but I will pass it on to the adjoining neighbours. That's Highgate neighbours.
Because with that one, I've thought about it a lot. I've used that road. Like, why they can't put a bollard in that place, just one, to prevent people from parking there. And the same with the second point I was about to bring up, which is on the corner of Trafalgar Road and Woodbridge Road, on the left-hand side outside that restaurant. There's always cars parked there, and it's so hard when you're coming out of Trafalgar Road, you want to go onto Woodbridge Road. It's very, very dangerous again, just one little bummer. Prevent that build-up because it's another dangerous junction.
Well, that's mostly they need rest.
That again is not our area, but it's Moseley, but we will pass it on to that neighbourhood team for their enforcements.
Being Moseley, the bigger cars as well.
Okay. Anything else in relation to parking? Okay. Let's blast through this then. Anything in relation to drugs? Ignore the other title. Anything in relation to drugs intelligence? In the areas. Go on, you write down first.
Could we get it's a hotspot really, Camberwell Place. It's a cul-de-sac, it's a dead end, there's loads of abandoned cars there and what have you, and you see all the quad bikes and everything coming in and out constantly. Reported it a few times as well. Probably.
When was the last time you reported it?
It's about 3 weeks ago.
Is it a really bad problem? Okay. What I'm looking to do, and I'll look at it when I get back, is to generate an antisocial behaviour number for it. So we'll at least can guarantee us hitting it constantly for a while until it goes away.
What happened yesterday?
Well, two individuals were reported to us by a key member of the public. They were stopped in circumstances that led us to believe that they might have been selling drugs or at least buying drugs. They were stopped and checked out. They were found to be local criminals from a local establishment. Unfortunately, they didn't have anything on them, cash or anything otherwise, but they were acting suspicious in that locality. But that is going to be generally intelligent for us. The two individuals are well known to us. They are well known, and they're from.
And they live local.
They live local, yeah. They live at the hostel. All right, okay.
So did you go to the hospital? Or you just?
We've got contacts with the hostel anyway. Yeah. We've got contact with the hostel anyway. So we'll be keeping an eye on them via the hostel. Yeah.
So 3 locations: Walsall Heath Park, Pickwick Park, and Calthorpe Park. The parks.
Yeah.
Calthorpe's constantly
We're at Borsley Park yesterday and Calthorpe Park yesterday. We searched 2 people and the missing drugs out from Calthorpe Park yesterday.
Okay.
So it's on our agenda. What we found works best is the fact that we're in a big team and we're working with bigger numbers than we were before allows us to hunt in packs, because if we go with 1 or 2 officers that run away from us, so the fact that we can hunt in packs means that we've got a few runners and we can stop and speak to these people. The issue that I'm trying to get to here is that we need to find out who these individuals are. We need to initiate. If we haven't got powers to arrest them, because we not always have, because they either throw stuff away or they're concerned, is to find out who they are, find out where their addresses are, and take action via their addresses, via their respective landlords or whatever. So it's we've got a working tactic and it's working well for us since last November when we joined together. It's working well for us and we're getting some good results.
I just wanted to say the last location, I think people always forget about it, is the junction of Brighton Road and Whitby Road. At the bottom of Whitby Road there's a bunch of garages, well obviously I live on that road, but it's gone from drug dealers at night time to drug dealers in broad daylight with kids walking past, and they do it so blatantly. But they are local boys who are regularly convicted.
We had a good result from there just before Christmas. We had 3 arrested from there, but we were round the corner yesterday. Newport Road.
Yeah, they all through
Newport Road. We were round the corner, and we had 5 run away from us. 5 run away from us. I wasn't running, but yeah. And my fastest officers running after them. But there was another 4 in a car, smoking drugs. We searched them. They had no drugs on them. They obviously smoked it. All the kids that run away had them. But it's a case of keep hammering them, they'll get the message. We only have to be lucky once, they have to be lucky all the time.
And what about Braithwaite Road?
Braithwaite Road? Yeah, I'll update you in relation to that, but...
You're on the same place?
Yeah, we were there yesterday as well.
Yeah. Did you see him there?
Yeah.
I'm leaving work a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's getting earlier and earlier in the day that they're openly dealing out of cars there.
Yeah.
I came out of work, so
Yeah.
it's quite scary when you come in at that time and you face it.
What time was this, sorry?
About 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, I was locking the building up and it was like, you feel very exposed where it's just happening just in front of where
Can you give me the details afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, we were there, Braithwaite Road yesterday, and there was a suspicious circumstance in which we tried to act upon, and that person running to an address. Obviously,
the same guy.
Yeah.
So what's happening about the eviction?
It's with Friendship, and I'm just waiting for them to come through because they want to move anyway, so it just makes sense to make it. Friendship for whatever reason are dragging the wheels, but all the paperwork's in place. A lot of paperwork in relation to the previous offending, all the issues before from last year, the firearms incidents, the one from the mosque and the one outside the address as well. So all the paperwork in relation to that's gone through. They've been charged with a couple of offences. That's going to Crown Court very, very soon. Yeah. So they're being hit both ways, both conviction and.
Very badly, very, very sad.
Well, yeah. I agree. But for what happened yesterday, they've not stopped. They've not stopped. They've not stopped. They've not stopped. So.
That's the thing. When you're on duty, you know what I mean. You can be there. When you're not on duty, then it's hard.
No days off, mate.
Eh?
No days off the same. There's been working 24/7.
I was up to pay, I don't care. But yes, anything else in relation to that, folks?
No.
No. All right, do you want to go into performance very quickly?
No.
No?
Thank you.
There's no development on Piccadilly Suites. Yeah. We are monitoring that for events. Piccadilly. We've been having some dodgy events. Stratford Road, almost opposite Walford Road. It's the old cinema. Yeah. Yeah, they've been having some dodgy events at nights, which have caused issues for local people. Yeah. So we've been monitoring them. Okay. Do you want to go on to your piece of this?
Yeah.
Have you done your bits?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll go on to performance matters very, very quickly. Yeah. If you want to look through the maps, you can see. We'll go on to Sparkbrook crime for the last 30 days. We have had an increase in street robberies. There's been the one on Farm Road. There's been a couple of suspects arrested, identified. Okay. Violent crime is still an issue, and it's mostly assaults on the Stratford Road, near to the cafes and the hostels that are an issue. All the way from the island up to Water Road. Well, that's different. Any comments?
So how many have you arrested for that then? And how many have you got in pipeline to be arrested for them fires from?
For the
same people doing it?
No, if it was the same people, it'd be quite easy to deal with them. It's different people.
Is there a gang of them working there?
It's different people. We do suspect one particular gang from agitating situations down there, and they are subject of our attention. But it's not always the same people now, because that'd be easy. If it was the same people, that'd be so easy.
47 assaults.
No, section 47.
Section 47. So that's 47.
Wounding.
Yeah, assault, occasional actual bodily harm, that's bruising, etc. Yes, one below. In a lot of those incidents, we have identified offenders, if you have a look. Burglary. Got a couple of burglary dwellings. Birchwood Road and Abbotsford Road. Abbotsford Road is, we've not really had Abbotsford Road. We've not really had them around that area. So that's a... That's
side is that Abbotsford Road? I
Before Medicop or after Medicop?
I'm not sure on that one.
Or Osborne?
Does it say on that? Hang on. No, it looks as though it's maybe Corner Junction and Abbotsford. But we've not had issues around there for burglary at all. Sparkbrook area, we've not had any issues with burglary. So that's a concern for me. The four that you see on the edge of the map are all factory premises.
Oh, is that Samson Road?
Yeah, they're factory premises. The industrial areas, the shops on Highgate, Middleway as well. You know, the stores, the big stores.
Oh, are they started again?
Yeah, there's a professional team.
Is that the same one which has been doing it before?
I'm not quite sure, but there's
because he was on bail, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a professional team that did the bathroom place on Highgate, Middleway. They were professional because we took about 4 or 5 of them, and we looked at CCTV, and they were really professional. They weren't our average burglars that we have in Sparkbrook. They were people from outside, I reckon.
I think it's the same one.
And I think they're doing the same right across Birmingham city centre.
They're going to businesses on Highgate Road and Moorby Road, like that.
And the last page is vehicle crime. Vehicle crime. Our main issue is number plates. Our main issue is number plates, but we're starting to get some criminal damages as well thrown in there.
You know this
Suspect detained on Samson Road.
Yeah.
Who was that? A vehicle crime?
Which road was that out of?
interference?
I haven't got the details there, but we're going to suspect in relation to that vehicle interference that he was arrested on the 20th of the 12th. But, yeah.
What's the numbers represent? There's 2 and 3 in the yellow circles.
That means we've had two offences in close proximity. Not necessarily on the same dates, but in close proximity. Right. I'll just cover good news then, very quickly. There is some good news. There is.
Go on.
Not that.
Okay. Sorry. Right. Stony Lane, we had a triple wounding exactly a week ago. We were on duty and we attended. There's about 5 suspects were arrested for that. That's some sort of beef, some sort of squabble that's been ongoing between young men. Knife crime is, I've got to say, it's starting to rise a little bit. It's a little bit concerning for me. I've spoken to Javi in relation to I know he's got a knife bin, well he had a knife bin or it's still there outside Aldi. I think we need one also on each side as well, but it's something that we need to rejuvenate because knife crime is concerning in the area, especially with the young men. Young men, 15, 16, 17 year olds.
What's that linked with the one farm earlier in that afternoon?
There's one at JCC, yeah, we thought it might be, but apparently it's not. But again, that highlights another issue.
There's 2 knife crimes.
Yeah. The window was a picture, yeah.
One was on the street, and then Stony Lane, there was 3 stabbings.
There are similarities, not in relation to the way it's done, but in relation to the individuals. Some of the individuals were at both places. You know what I mean?
So it was linked.
Yeah, we can't establish a link, but there may well be. All right. Well, there's a number of people who've been arrested for that. A male arrested for BDH on bail pending further proceedings. He was basically we had a big issue down at Calthorpe Way, opposite Horton Square, and he was arrested for one of those burglaries. Good work by my team, good detective work by my team, who caught him wearing the same trainers that made a footprint in the person's house. That was excellent results. That was good old-fashioned detective work, that was. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice, yes.
Taking around from them. Thanks.
Okay. 2 burglars arrested following the business burglary, Ladypool Road. Yeah. Two known offenders there. A male arrested for police assault having been wanted for almost 2 years. He's actually arrested for another burglary. Remember Rob, my Police Now candidate? He was sometimes here, the white lad with the beard. Well, he chased him along the dual carriageway, Belgrade Middleway, into Parkland, and it was threatened by this lad. And he had an up and down. His back bullet him, threatened his life, took his baton off him, and just in time for the carriage to arrive, and that person was arrested. So that was a good arrest by Rob, because he is brand new. He's only got about 6 months in, but I'm quite impressed with him in relation to that. So that was a good result. One arrested for breach of ASB. Right. Between Tuesday and Thursday, 2 dates, Walford Road, 34 tickets issued by enforcement. That was our first enforcement day for a long time, and they issued 34 tickets on those 2 dates. I was quite happy with that because, you know,
is that
better than nothing.
Just parking?
That was parking. That was parking the Walford Road area.
Up to which side? From the lights down to
I don't know. I think it was the length of Walford Road, and which is good. You know, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, depending on who makes the money out of it.
Yeah, but the important thing is for the community to have safer streets, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 vehicles seized by DVLA and no insurance ops, that's in the last 30 days. That's something we're always hammering, and that's, I've said before, untaxed vehicles, people buy the cars from the auctions and they park them in spaces that people should be using legally. So those vehicles are invariably not taxed, and DVLA come and take them away because they're not taxed. So that's a good result, and that's something we continue to hammer all the time. And the last one is 10 tickets issued for mobile phone. Most of them was from mobile phone usage. It all adds up to the danger on the streets. We'll be through a number of tickets in relation to them. For those of you... Second, sorry.
Then 10 tickets for points.
So
Mobile.
£100 and 3 points.
£100 and 3 points.
That £100, does that come down to your funding or does it go somewhere else?
It goes somewhere else, we don't see it. Don't go in my pocket anyway. Just make a note of the dates that we've got there for the tasking meeting in itself.
I apologise for the 23rd.
They're all going to be at the Christchurch, and all those dates are Thursday.
All right. 3rd of February and 30th of March and 22nd of April.
I think most people have got one of these, haven't you? The website at the moment is playing up. It's got none of the priorities. All you can see is photos of us. You can use them to scare your children, but we're trying to get it fixed. There's a number of glitches on there. It's showing people on there that have left long ago. So it is an IT issue that's been taken care of. Any issues before we move on? I'm obviously going to be available, me and Nathan, afterwards. But I think we need to move on, don't we?
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. So we just come back to our agenda. Resident issues, please. And
there's somebody with that.
Simple question.
Yeah.
Please answer.
Yeah, sorry.
From what I've understood, there's widespread, crime, whether it's due to behaviour or not, and that is due to the lack of enforcement. And then, from what I've understood, the excuse was that the enforcement officers are not accompanied by the police officers with powers of arrest. Why doesn't the force increase the special numbers, volunteer officers from within the community?
Yeah, it is a big political thing, but can I talk to you afterwards in relation to it? Yes. I think they want to move on, but you have got a point, and I'll talk to you afterwards in relation to it.
any future items for the board forum, please? No? Yeah. And just I want to put down myself here. Every people should be here next meeting.
Can we raise one item, please?
It's very important.
Just two people
Chair.
I just wanted to say about the rubbish that gets dumped on the corner of Cleveland Road consistently, and ask as well, do you have any information about the camera that's at the end of Court Road and Chain Road, whether that's actually in action? Because my brother seems to think that it's moving occasionally, but we're not sure if it's actually working to capture the offenders.
Yes.
Put in the Lancaster.
Yeah, we're having a review of all the cameras, but most of them aren't monitored in real time, but we'll bring a report to the next meeting.
Can we just raise one issue relating to Moseley Road bars, that there is a local group trying to save it and prevent its closure in June, and looking to develop a proposal together with Heritage England and the National Trust to keep swimming there and some form of other activity. And it would be nice to have a meeting with the 3 local councillors at some point sort of brief them as to what's going on and what's happening.
I think, Joe, I think you are already at this point. So,
Well, it's related.
yeah, but any sort of thing like that. Yeah. Anyway, we have got no any objection to meet the president, sir. So,
Thank you.
we are happy to they go on. We are not against this anyway. Thank you very much for that one. Authority chair? Oh, sorry.
On Braithwaite Road, there's an awful lot of dumping of wardrobes and the like on the pavements that's been there for a couple of weeks now. There's a very old wardrobe about 3 doors down from the children's centre. It's an eyesore for the residents and for people visiting our centre.
And there's another place where they do it. It's just by the school where the school starts Christchurch on Braithwaite Road. It's just by there. Just outside those flats. People are dumping rubbish there, beds, mattresses, everything. And council's moved it a few times. Now, I believe the people who are doing it live right opposite and outside. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. But there needs to be some sort of enforcement. So when they catch these people, you know.
That matter will be looked into.
Yeah.
Authority chair? Yes.
Three.
Thank you very much. That's it for the
When the next meeting?
No.